Hello and welcome to the drop-in for the Black, Asian and Minority Ethnic Student Rep role on the Student Leadership team. My name's Sammy and I'm a Projects Officer in the Equality, Diversity, Inclusion and Student Welfare team. So in this session, what we're going to cover is a little bit about the Open University Students Association. We're going to look at some of the student voice that we've recently gathered from the annual membership survey, going to cover the role and what you can expect from being on the student leadership team. We'll cover some key dates and then I will show you some email addresses that you can get in touch with in case you have any further questions. So the Open University Students Association exists to support and empower OU students during their studies. It's run by a team of elected students who ensure that the student voice is heard at the OU and beyond. And these elected students are supported by a staff team. They provide a range of services, including advice, volunteer opportunities, clubs and societies, and social events, plus much more, which you can find out more about at our website, which is oustudents.com. I'm also just going to play this video for you, which gives you more information on how the association is run. Okay, thank you for listening to that. So, as I said, we'll cover a little bit about student voice. So we have an annual membership survey that went out towards the end of last year and closed, I think it was in January. And there's been some analysis done already, which, and you know, we're learning quite a bit about what students would like from the association and the elected student reps. So students were asked about key areas that they would like elected student reps to work on and highlighted the following. So better visibility of elected student representatives, support for overseas students. And with this one, they're obviously, so that we do have an international officer, students officer on the student leadership team. So there could be overlap between this role and the international rep role in terms of supporting overseas students. We've got support of postgraduate research students, cost of living, student wellbeing and mental health, and diversity and representation. There were more areas that students highlighted, but I chose just to pick these, I think 6, just for this role in particular today. So considerations when engaging with the association. We know that 42% of the respondents would like having online spaces that are safe and actively moderated. We know that 32% of student respondents said having student reps that I may have shared identity or experiences with. And third, knowing that the association champions equality, diversity and inclusion, and 37% of our respondents said that that was an area that's important for them when engaging, well, when deciding whether to engage with the association. I've picked out those top three because I believe that they're directly connected to this Black, Asian and minority ethnic student rep role. Okay, so a bit more about the role. So it's just been created to sit on the student leadership team, and therefore, if elected, you would have the unique opportunity to shape the role and set the tone. I do believe that standing for this role could really elevate your student experience. Over the years, we have held spaces to support Black, Asian and minority ethnic students, but we just haven't seen the engagement that is desperately needed. And we believe that by having a Black, Asian and minority ethnic student on the student leadership team, we can be more representative of that cohort of students and potentially increase engagement. Which, you know, would be hugely rewarding for the person who, you know, is elected into that role. We know that students want to see reps that they have a shared identity or lived experience with. So this is a key area of development for the association going forward. So the role itself has responsibility for representing the views of Black, Asian and minority ethnic students at the Open University and the Students' Association. So that means, you know, being a part of the decision-making process within all levels at all levels within the association. The next point is to monitor the university's performance on race equality and are the association's point of contact for related issues. Again, you know, with this work, you would receive staff support. Currently, the Vice President, Equality, Diversity and Inclusion is leading on this area on behalf of the Student Association, but that is with support from my team, which is the EDI and Student Welfare team. Though any of these tasks, you're not alone. We do have a really dedicated staff team who provide support on all aspects of the volunteer role. So the next task is to work with the BAME committee and student group, and that's, you know, on any projects they need support with, or as the next point says, you know, facilitating and championing the group to build a strong and supportive environment and community at the Open University Students Association. And then we've got running campaigns and BAME awareness days, which is campaigns like Black History Month. And then the final point is help the EDI and student welfare team to shape projects. There are a few more responsibilities in the role description, but I just chose to highlight these sort of main themes today. So other parts of being on the student leadership team, so that involves contributing to the priorities and the direction of the Students' Association, which is a really exciting opportunity. The student leadership team, they are working together over a 2-year term or period and get to advocate on behalf of students and to champion changes that will enhance and improve the OU student experience. So again, as I said earlier, things like this do really elevate your student experience, because not only are you developing, you know, new skills, you would feel rewarded by some of the work that you're doing and seeing the impact it has on the wider student body. As part of the role, you'd be expected to attend quarterly meetings. So half of these are online via Microsoft Teams, and the other half are face-to-face on our campus in Milton Keynes. We ask you to communicate with fellow student leadership team members in the Microsoft Teams space, where there is also a staff presence to provide support and answer any questions, or even just get involved in the conversation about things that are happening at the Open University. You would get support from the association staff team through a staff link. So you would have a designated staff member who would be in regular contact with you, and that would probably be somebody in the EDI and student welfare team. And essentially you meet with them regularly to talk about things that are projects you're working on or anything you need support with, or, there's all aspects of the role that you have an opportunity to talk about there. And then there's also training and development opportunities associated with the role too, which is really exciting. So just going over some key dates. As you may know already, that nominations opened on the 12th of March. They're open for 2 weeks, which means they close on Tuesday, the 26th of March. So if you are interested, now is the time to get your nomination in before that process closes. Then we would announce the candidates on Tuesday, the 9th of April, and voting then opens on Friday, the 19th of April, which closes on Wednesday, the 8th of May, with the results being announced on Friday, the 10th of May. So just to reiterate, if you are interested in this role, then I really do urge you to get your nomination in as soon as possible before the deadline closes, or the deadline sort of approaches, sorry. Okay, so thank you so much for listening. I do really appreciate you giving your time to learn more about this role. We're hugely excited about this role. It's as I said, it's the opportunity for you to come in and shape the role and sort of decide which campaigns or which projects you want to get involved in over the next 2 years. If you do have questions about the role, then you can get in touch with Verity Robinson, which is head of the EDI and student welfare team. And if your questions are more about the elections process, then you can get in touch with the elections mailbox. Both of the email addresses are there, but you'll also find the elections mailbox email address on the website. Thank you very much for listening, and do get in touch if you have any questions. Take care.